When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them to another,
to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them a decent respect, to the opinions of mankind,
requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident,
that all men and all women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The key term here is pursuit. The Founding Fathers gave us the guarantee of life and liberty, but only the pursuit of happiness. Not that everyone would necessarily find it, and not that if one could not fend for oneself, the other citizens should have to fend for them. One would assume that in a society of 300 million people, some are likely to be left by the economic side of the road. This is regrettable, and surely we should feel compassion. But are we, as the liberals claim, responsible for those unable to sustain economic viability? The Founding Fathers envisioned an equal playing field, not a welfare state. Liberals believe fervently in Darwinism and totally reject intelligent design theory. Survival of the species is science, for all species, that is, except the post-1950 Homo sapiens. Survival of the fittest, territorial imperative, natural selection? Or do we let them eat cake? Cake you buy with your tax dollars.
We got it. Great job, Sasha. Great job.
Gosh, this thing miserable. Dear, could you run to the mobile and get my clothes? Oh, and a cold bottle of Evian. Dear, do you mind? I'd really like for you to do that now.
Oh, right. Like you got a broken leg.
Excuse me?
Oh, you heard me. I'm not your fucking slave.
You're about 10 seconds away from losing your job.
I hate this job. I hate you. I hate this fucking shit. Oh, and by the way, you look like a cow.
A cow?
Travis Cook.
What?
Yeah, she was reading Travis Cook on the net.
All work which adds to the good of society is honorable and should be engaged in with dignity and pride. Work such as garbage man, mechanic, and store clerk are honorable. Work which results in dirt on their fingernails and a sunburn on the back of the neck are honorable. Lawyer, politician, and corporate CEO are not honorable jobs. They do not add wealth to the society, but instead they are dupe ass suckers to the bourgeoisie. The term menial with regards to work is a lie. To get coffee for your bourgeoisie dupe controller is not part of a job, but a systematic effort to put you in your place and sustain the notion that you are nothing but a slave.
You mind if I move these? That way I can enjoy the view a little more. Well, I hate to say it, sweetheart, but you had it coming. I mean, you get in the face of Tom Rose when his primary financial backer for the party is standing right there. You're gonna get your ass handed to you, and that is exactly what happened. And he did have a point about you not being an elected official. And he didn't have any choice but to ask you to leave the room. The question now is, will you be asked to leave the building?
I was doing my job.
Absolutely, but that's the problem with being on point. You get sacrificed. But what's more irritating than getting your ass whipped and and maybe even losing your job, is you didn't get to hear what they said after you left the room. Who knows how much Nettie heard?
What does that mean?
I mean, she's an 88-year-old woman.
She might miss things here and there, but she still has a very clear vision for America. She's every bit a patriot.
You're like a rotating soundbite. Let me tell you something about patriotism. The difference between a patriot and a traitor is oftentimes a very thin line.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, it means that some of these neoconservatives have been floating their bait out there for some time now. The fish ain't been biting. They weren't biting yesterday and they're not biting tomorrow. Some people might start to think that they ain't never going to be biting. So they're going to tamper with the bait a little bit. That's the problem with ideologues, whether on the left or on the right. They always think they know what's better for the people than what the people know for themselves.
Some pretty strong talk there, Sammy. Do you know something I don't know?
Little girl, I know a lot of things that you don't know. But one thing that we both know is in this town, you don't jump out from behind a rock carrying a spear without having a hell of a lot of backup.
So you think Nettie is going to fire me tomorrow?
Without doubt.
So that job you offered me, is it still good?
No. Maybe the concubine part of it. You see, you're damaged goods, kid. Folks are going to start avoiding you like you got leprosy.
I hope you understand, Senator. I have no interest in being your whore.
Oh, I completely understand your sentiments in that regard. However, there is one thing that I know that you don't. And that is, there's a certain senatorial staffer who's been banging one of his underlings. He used office funds for gifts and to make purchases and take trips. That shit is about to hit the fan. And to make it even more sensational, they're both men. I can almost guarantee you the job.
Who?
David Winters.
For Christ's sake. He's a Democratic whip. I'm working for a Democrat.
Well, another Republican is out of the question. So, little girl, it's either donkey or done.
I guess pulling a cart is better than whoring.
You bet. You see, David's got this important tag under the budget that will allow 6,000 jobs to go to his great state of Iowa. He needs 51 votes. He's got 50. And currently, I'm a fence sitter. I could be blackmailed. In fact, I would love to be blackmailed. And you could take that vote to your first day on the job as a how are you gift.
Okay. Does your family and wife know how much of an asshole you are?
Well, no, they don't. Only you know my true inner workings. Let's keep it that way.
I don't kiss and tell.
Good. Now, before we hit the sack, I advise you that you call Nettie, you resign in a huff, and then you flip. That way you'll have more donkey lip marks on your ass than blotting paper at a Chanel lipstick counter.